Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I am Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Doctor Who, Season 11, Episode 7. It is called Kerblam. So, full spoilers for the episode, as always. So we have Space FedEx, run by robots.
I'd say it's more Space Amazon
Okay, sure, Space Amazon, yeah.
because it's the warehouse rather than just the delivery.
Alright, okay, that's fair. I think it's because they had theme deliverers. I think of that more as a FedEx and UPS thing as opposed to like Amazon when they're delivering some shop wearing Amazon hats and shirts and
Not yet, they don't.
oh yeah, time will come. Time will come.
Yeah.
But that's essentially what's going on. And the doctor gets a package saying "Help me," so they go and investigate at the warehouse, which only has a 10% human workforce because law dictates that there has to be 10% be human.
Yep.
And they look into things, and there's obviously all this speculation that the robots are maybe starting to revolt, that the system that controls them is maybe starting to go sentient and start to cause an uprising. But ultimately, of course, there is a twist that no, it's just one worker who is manipulating events for a cause, for an extreme cause, and that's how it goes. So I'm pretty sure I know the answer. But Connor, did you enjoy this episode?
No, for the most part. There's one major section that I didn't really like.
Was that the horrible CG as they're going through
Yep.
all the
Yep. hmm
all
Yeah.
the thingamajigs, the what do you call it,
Yeah.
conveyor
That was
belts?
kind of atrocious.
That was terrible. That
Yeah.
was it was basically trying to do that bit from the end of Attack of the Clones, kind of,
It was. Yeah.
and it's just them in a green screen and like pretending they're on this, and it just looks really
I'm
bad.
not. I'm not defending that. It was that looked atrocious.
It looked terrible. Yes. Or I mean, a more accurate would probably be the end of Toy Story 2 at the airport, perhaps. But that's already CG anyway, so I wasn't counting that. I was trying to think of
Yeah.
something that was live action with just really obvious green screen the entire time.
I get what you mean. It is closer to the Toy Story 2 bit though, in
And
terms of
function,
visual.
yeah,
Yeah.
in terms of what it's doing. Um, yeah. No, I thought the episode was okay. I thought it was better than the last couple, and it wasn't a standout by any means. It had some fun elements, had some likable moments, had some not likable moments. Some things felt a bit goofy, better than they probably should have, but some landed okay. Like I liked that we got to care about a character or two at this place, so that when something bad happened to Akira specifically, it was like, oh, I actually give a shit that she just died. Okay,
Yeah, I thought there was
nice.
really good casting on all the supporting roles throughout.
Yes, Whale Lee Mack appears and gets killed off pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Um, which is fine. The actual villain, though, when it revealed who it was, the other guy who had feelings for Kira, and Charlie, and he was putting bombs into the bubble wrap, knowing that everyone couldn't resist popping the bubbles.
I kind of love that, right? Because it's so true.
It's true. I am guilty of popping the bubbles on bubble wrap. No matter how big or small they are, I will find a way.
You will pop at least one.
Exactly. It's the rules. It's a little bit of a silly concept, but I'll go with it because it's fine. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, sure, I'll accept that part. That's whatever. I felt like his motivations were undercooked. Like, I got what it was trying to say. Like, I get, okay, yeah, okay, so humans are getting less and less, and it's going over to the robots, and that's his cause. I felt like, though, all we really had to go on outside of him telling us that was that it was really reinforced multiple times that by law they had to have 10% of a human workforce.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, it's the dangers of automation, right? And just you know, letting machines just do everything, and then it's like, well, what's everyone going to do for jobs?
Yeah. I suppose if you get to the point where all machines can do everything, then no one needs any jobs, because why have to pay for anything if all the robots can just do it?
Yeah, so that's when you move to a universal credit system. But that's a whole different conversation.
It is. I'm just saying that's if the robots could just do everything and no one has to work, then well, why does anyone need to work? Well, it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, it's just whatever. But yeah, so no, it was fine. It was okay. Like I feel a bit better about it than the last couple. It was an enjoyable enough setting. There was some fun Doctor moments. With her battling with the various management, human resources, and it wasn't even called human resources. What was thingy?
Head of person.
Head of persons, yeah. So I think that was
So
it.
it was some head of people, maybe. I
Head
don't
of
know.
people. And the shady manager who you think is evil and behind everything, probably, but he isn't. He's just a dick.
Yeah, he's a bit of a dick. There's no arguing that.
He's a bit of a dick, and that's pretty much it.
But he's not evil.
Not evil, not in the traditional sense, at
Yeah.
least. And they made you care a lot about Lee Mack. He had the whole necklace from his daughter, and
Yeah, I
cared
thought
about
that
him.
they did quite a good job of making the characters just real enough before they killed them.
Yeah, to the point where I didn't think Carrie was going to die. I thought the bubble when it popped, it was going to like release a gas, or the bubble itself would just have a gas in it that would knock her out, or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I wasn't expecting. Explosion! She's dead. I was like, oh, okay.
That was kind of shocking because they did a few bits with her, like with the bit where she was talking about getting the gift earlier, like the one gift that she ever got. So this being like her death kind of being okay, it came from a gift is kind of this sad thing.
Yeah. What I will say about this episode, it does feel more like a kids' TV show. This episode, like we're saying, all this stuff works where it makes you care about the characters, but it is very like sort of really simple, surface level. Like, oh, I only ever had one gift, and it was last year. It was
yeah, I think it's the acting that sells it.
Yeah, but if you actually stop and outside of the motivation of the villain, I suppose, but the actual interactions with the various characters, the setting, and everyone kind of splitting up and having their own jobs, and Graham being in the with the mop and all the rest of it, and
Yeah.
Yaz in the warehouse with the doctor and Ryan packing essentially.
Yep.
Wrapping in bubble wrap.
As you do.
As you do.
Good job they didn't pop any in it.
It's very good, yes. Because you'd be tempted a lot, I think, in that job. If you're constant, I mean, I know you'd probably get old, but
yeah,
you're constantly interacting with bubble wrap. How are you not going to accidentally pop a few bubbles?
Oh, I'd pop some.
You'd be popping some. And at the aforementioned trip through the conveyor belts, which as soon as they popped out that chute, as soon as they landed on the first belt, and it was just this CG wall, I thought, okay, quick, cut away from this quickly, right? Because this looks terrible. And then it went on for like 2 minutes of them like jumping from conveyor belts and.
Do you know what? One of the problems as well that I had.
Yeah.
Even the CG itself aside, was the sense of perspective and depth. Like even actually from the moment they jumped into the chute, they were screaming like it was horrific. I'm like, this doesn't look that bad yet.
No, if anything, it looked kind of like the bit towards the end of Super Mario Brothers movie where they're going down the mattress and the big pipe.
Yeah, and then when they were on the conveyor belts, so the guy falls off, and it feels like he was falling for quite a while.
And he just lands on a conveyor belt like it was a few feet. It's like it's
fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, like there was something weird going on with the perspectives.
And it's funny because it's not even so much like I think the CG on its own is okay. I think the problem was just how obvious the green screen was. In terms of the actors merging with it, it just looked really separate.
Yeah, I think it's far and away the worst CG I've seen on Doctor Who in years.
I think they shot too high with this one.
I think they might have done. Because I think for the most part of this season, the CG's been pretty good. It's not been standout, but I've never gone, ooh, that looks rough, until this episode.
I feel like there was one time I did, but I can't remember what it was now.
Okay, fair enough. But I don't think it was
maybe the spiders.
Major.
Maybe it was one of the spiders that made me go off.
Maybe. I remember you saying it was the big one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but I mean that one thing then before this, but this was much worse.
Yeah. I don't actually have that much more to say about it.
It's the most straightforward episode we've had in a while.
Yeah, it's a really straightforward episode. There's a bit of mystery. What's going on here? They get the villain, and like I say, I thought his motivations were undercooked. Like I get what they're supposed to be. It just felt really kind of hammy and just okay. I'll take your word for it.
No, I agree with that. I mostly had fun. It was nice to actually get some Easter eggs to previous Doctors in this episode. It's like the first time we've had that in a while.
Oh yeah, with the what do we call it? The
Fez.
The Fez. Thank you.
The Fez, of course. And also, the callback to one of the Tenants episode where he mentions the wasps with Agatha Christie.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, no, that's it. That's a short and sweet review, but I don't think there's much more to add. I think it's a fairly inoffensive, mostly fun episode with.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed last week's much more than this, though.
Some clunkiness. Well, I had some bigger problems with last week's, but I think this is more of a. I'd call this a very standard episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's very by the numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For better or worse. I mean, I feel like if you hate this episode, then you probably just don't like Doctor Who that much.
That's true. I think if you remove the conveyor belt section, this episode is immediately better. I mean, you'd still have the problem with the villain. Don't get me wrong. That's the other weak link. But that's a lot more forgivable on its own.
I just sometimes think they're like constantly hitting 50 minutes is maybe a detriment.
Just a bit too much, yeah.
See if this was like a more of a 42-minute show. So not every episode, but I think this one.
This one, yeah.
You cut this down to 42 minutes and cut out some of the fluff. I think you're.
No, I agree with that.
You're in business, but
I think this one in particular stands to be tightened up.
So no, but there you go. That's episode 7 of Doctor Who. Kerblam! It's got an exclamation mark, so you have to emphasize it.
Yeah. Gotta love the Kerblam, man.
Yeah. What was the catchphrase? It was if you want something, Kerblam it.
Yeah, if you want it, Kerblam it.
Maybe that. Yeah. If you want it, Kerblam it.
Also, just before I love, what was it? Twirly? Was that his name? The old robot.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, the one who was like, I don't understand this. I'm just here to sell packages or whatever it was.
Yeah. That little guy was fantastic. He was cracking me up.
Yeah. So there you go. That is episode 7 of season. So we got 3 more episodes left. We're actually quite far in.
Yes, 3 more, and then we got a special.
We got New Year's special. Yeah,
a month later.
That's what happens when it's on in the.
It is. Oh, I know. They actually confirmed this week that the next season will be in the autumn as well. Because there was some speculation that it was kind of running late and it was going to be spring 2020, but they're saying no, it's scheduled for next year.
Please tell me that Yaz, Ryan, and Graham are in the special, because they always take the companions, and it always pisses me off.
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
Every year, I feel like they always get rid of the regular companion for whatever reason and just have the Doctor with some guest stars, and it bugs me.
I can't argue with that.
Every time, and it makes it feel like a separate thing because of it, because it's not the same team, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think it depends a lot on what happens with these characters at the end of the season as well. They could be in a place where they shouldn't be in the special. If
they plan on bringing them back for next season, if they've wrote them into something for the last episode, which means they can't be in the special, I'll annoy me and I'll complain about it.
Fair enough.
It's one thing when they're between companions, and I'll be like, fair enough, whatever, but...
I was going to say, we don't know for sure that they're in the next season.
That's true. No, maybe they're not. Maybe they've got another plan. I'm expecting them to be, because... Just cause.
I mean, sure, but there's no guarantee.
But hey, so that's episode 7, so let us know what you thought of this one in the comments below. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. Get us on the Twitters at mailed_fuzz for channel updates. If you want to support the channel, head over to patreon.com/mailfuzztv. You can do that over there for as little as $1 per month. But otherwise, that is us. So thank you very much once again for watching or listening. We always appreciate it. Be careful with bubble wrap. Keep watching TV, guys. Have you got any vanilla?